We are here.
You know it.
We are live
Woo!
at Four Horsemen Studios for the
Money in the Bank Show.
I'm Andre Gordon, directed by Dre.
I'm John Roca, at The Roca Says.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
what we are going to do today is wrap up part 4, the final chapter of the Edge exclusive interview where he's going to talk. I asked him point blank.
You do.
Are you coming back to professional wrestling?
He's going to talk about his time on Heyman. He's also going to answer the one-word association when we ask him about certain wrestlers.
Oh, when you asked him about Lita?
Yeah, and people in his life and what his one word is to each one of those people. It's going to be fantastic. Please stay tuned. It's coming up later on in the show.
Now,
Yeah.
let's get to building it. Building it.
What are we doing
Let's
here?
talk about the Money in the Bank Hell pay-per-view. All right?
Yeah.
So let's
Bring it
start
on.
with Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw.
So what do you think about the Monday Night Raw Money in the Bank participants?
I'm a big fan of the lineup that has come out.
I think it's a strong lineup.
It is. With Sheamus, Kane, Christian, Bryan, Orton, Punk, RVD, RVD, son.
whole
He is coming
epic
back.
show.
He is coming back. I can't wait to see this. Kane was my not sure choice, but they gave him 2 fantastic matches on Raw and SmackDown, so I'm in. I'm
Kane
totally
is stepping
in.
up.
Yeah.
Kane is stepping up.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting is they're billing this now as the all-star game of sorts of professional wrestling, which I think is an interesting way to put it.
It is, because
Yeah.
because like the real All-Stars are fighting for the championships.
That's right.
And this is more like kind of maybe the tier below All-Stars.
Well, and listen, let's be honest. The Money in the Bank show is the all-star show of professional wrestling.
Oh, wow.
So then the pay-per-view should be the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Who do you think has the best shot of winning?
My pick.
Oh, pick.
My pick.
Well. All right.
Okay, we'll lead up to it.
Okay.
We'll lead
all
up to
right,
it.
All right.
I won't say
keep
my pick.
Keep them waiting.
Yes. But what I think,
Yeah.
I think who has a really good shot, they're
Yeah.
developing Daniel Bryan to win this thing, to beat Cena at the Money in the Bank after Mark Henry beats the tar out of him, but Cena wins.
Okay.
What do you think?
Orton.
A big old ding from Randy Orton. And we'll be right back.
All right. Welcome back to the Money in the Bank show. We are moving on to the Money in the Bank ladder match that's going to happen.
Welcome back.
Oh my God. Andre the Giant. Andre
the Giant.
There we go.
Yes.
Andre with Andre.
Yes.
That is happening for the World Championship. You've got Ambrose. You've got Wade Barrett. You've got Jack Swagger. You've got Antonio Cesaro. You've got Fandango. You've got Rhodes, and you've got Damian Sandow.
You're welcome.
Yes. Sandow. No, you tell me. What do you think?
I
This is
think.
best look to you.
Let me tell you what I think, John.
Break it down, son.
Contrary to popular belief in the past shows,
Yes.
I'm very open to the ebb and flow of professional wrestling.
Oh.
And
Oh.
I believe that
Well.
the person who's going to win
Yeah.
the Money in the Bank for the world title
Yes.
is
Yes.
Wade Barrett.
What?
I think Wade.
You
Barrett,
really think that?
I think Wade Barrett is going to win the Money in the Bank match.
I love you.
He's going to win.
It's not gonna happen.
Look at what they're
I
doing with
love
him.
you. It's not gonna
Who are
happen.
you picking?
You're welcome.
Oh, no way!
Sandow.
No.
In an upset of the ages.
No.
Damian Sandow. They have been pushing him over the last few weeks, and he is killing it. When he came out, and he said that South Carolina should secede from the Union again, he said being here one day felt like being in a third world country. I was like, this guy is brilliant.
I'm seceding from this segment. We'll be right back.
Sandow.
Wade Barrett.
You're welcome.
We are back on the Money in the Bank show, and let me start the segment up by saying, John, you are not the weak link.
That's right.
Let's talk about Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
Orton.
Yes.
And Kane.
Yes.
What did you think about the way they're setting up these 3 superstars?
Oh, I thought, listen, Daniel Bryan is the X Factor. They have chosen the smallest guy, but with the most personality, who is just captivating all the crowds to be the driving engine of this entire threesome. And I think it's great. And you don't know what he's going to do. You don't know if he's going to heel. You don't know if I thought Team Hell No broke up. Am I out of the loop? Have I been watching the shows? Because it seems like they're back together.
I don't know either, but what I do know is that Daniel Bryan is the Great White hope
Oh my God.
to take down John Cena.
What?
The world's toughest
Cena?
vegan. Take your breadstick and beat Cena to a bloody pulp.
Are you crazy?
Yes.
He is not going to face Cena.
Yes, he is.
No.
You know what he is?
No.
He's going to cash in the Money in the Bank.
What?
Against Cena.
No.
Come on.
He's going to be Cena and I don't know.
They are working and prepping Daniel Bryan to face John Cena.
Maybe.
He went through Ryback already.
What about Orton?
He's now made Orton tap out
did.
cleanly.
Fair
2
enough.
wins against Orton
Fair
on
enough.
Monday Night Raw. They are prepping Daniel Bryan. Now they're putting him as a special guest referee. They're testing his charisma,
Yes.
his mic skills,
That's
which
true.
he's already been great with. He's already survived the Shield. It's happening, folks. And we'll be freaking right back. Look at ding down. I want more time! Listen! Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for part 4, the final segment of the interview with Edge. It has been a great ride.
It has been.
I'm really excited for you guys to get this scoop, this lowdown on what Edge is going to tell us about
Haven?
Haven. That's right.
Working on Haven.
Life on set, life after set.
Right.
And then we ask him, are you coming back? And he gives us the answer.
Yeah.
And not to mention, John had a very brilliant segment with the word association. So you're going to hear what he thinks as regards to different people in the industry.
And in his life.
And in his life, you never would have thought.
Yeah.
So John, should we cut to it?
Yeah, let's get to it, man. It's going to be awesome.
Roll the tape, boys.
Enjoy.
Edge.
Okay, so we are back now with the Rated R Superstar, the ultimate opportunist, one of my favorite wrestlers ever. Edge, also known as Adam Copeland. And we're going to talk now about his life after wrestling.
Yeah.
After his last match with Alberto Del Rio, we know that he retired because of the injury to his neck. And Adam, we wanted to talk about this new life that you have now as an actor. How did the Haven situation come along for you?
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy, actually. I always call them happy accidents.
Right.
I'd done one movie for WWF or WWE films, before I retired, and had no real prior experience. I'd done a little part in a Highlander movie, and that was essentially it. Besides wrestling, that was kind of the experience I had. So I didn't know the terms. I didn't know any of that stuff. But I got a call from Laurinaitis 2 days after I retired. Said, "Do you want to do a part on this show, Haven?" So I went, "Okay, yeah." I watched an episode and I was like, "Oh, it's pretty cool. Stephen King. It's kind of creepy and sci-fi. Yeah."
Right.
Go back out to the Maritimes and shoot an episode of it. I got up here not knowing, fully what to expect or whatever, but right from the get-go, my first scene was with a guy by the name of Lucas Bryan, who I do most of my scenes with, and we grew up like 20 miles apart from each other. So we just started, goofing around, and he's a lot like Jay, so I was like, okay, this is going to work. And that initial episode turned into 4 episodes in the second season, and then turned into 7 episodes last season, and then turned into, I don't know how many episodes for this season, but a lot. And it's been a fun little kind of gradual, organic process because, initially I didn't know what turning around meant or my coverage or anything like that. No idea. Right. So I was really learning this was it. Okay, the camera's on my face, and I got to figure this out pretty quick, or I'm going to get left in the dust. And thankfully, everybody was very, very understanding. Because I didn't have any, misconceptions. I'd say, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, so just help me, please.
Yeah, and it's funny. You have such a magnetic personality, and the camera does love you. In fact, we were watching some of your documentary yesterday here in the studio.
Yep.
And next door is a casting director for a show called Switched at Birth and Veronica Mars, the movie. She walked in to ask me a question. She's like, "Who is that? Who's that on TV? I want him for my movie." He's like, "Do you represent him?" I'm like, "No, we do not represent Edge. Sorry." But now that you're behind the camera, like, do you have any in front of the camera? Do you have any new goals? Like, you wanted to be the WWE champion. Now, as an actor, do you have a new set of goals that you want to accomplish, or are you just rolling with it?
It's interesting because I think initially what people want to cast me as is kind of, because in this world I am considered huge.
Yeah,
right. Although the set of Haven, the guys are pretty big. Like Eric Balfour is 6'2", Lucas is 6'1", so I I don't look too freakishly at 6'4". But I think the initial tendency is, okay, well, we need somebody to beat up the good guy or to kind of be the big brawler. And I'd like to not be typecast in that.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's been great about this is that I get to play a character that we're kind of peeling back the layers on it. And he's not, I mean, he has some emotional depth, I think.
Right.
His daughter was killed. There's all of these things. So I wanted to try and really dip into showing some sensitivity, I guess, because I don't think people are used to seeing that, especially from my wrestling days.
Right, yeah.
Well,
So I think that's kind of initially for me what's been the challenge that I kind of wanted to tackle. And I don't consider myself an actor because I think that's a slight to proper actors, but I'd like to try and at least be serviceable at this.
yeah.
Because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It really is just a lot of fun, and I need the creative outlet. I realized that quickly because I tried to do after the first season of Haven, I just said, okay, that's it. I am retired. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to sit around and eat pizza
Right.
and grow a freaking huge beard. And within about 6 months, it was cool. But then after that, I was like, I got to do something here. I'm and it wasn't even because I was still exercising. I was still hiking and biking and kayaking, all that stuff. I needed something creative. I needed to tap into that because I'm a creative person. That's just the way I'm wired. Otherwise, I wouldn't have wrestled.
Right.
So thankfully, these guys have, I guess, liked what I've been doing. So it's just grown and grown and grown and given me an opportunity to kind of settle in and get comfortable with the whole process. Because, like I said, that WWE movie. Here's the story of that. I can go on for days. Sorry.
No, please.
This WWE movie, I didn't know what sides were. I didn't know any of that stuff. So we had 2 shows at Staples Center straight off of SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I woke up for those tapings at Staples Center. I went and did a workout with Laird Hamilton, which was the absolute worst thing I could have done because he kicked my ass. From there, went to Staples, did the 2 shows, hopped on a jet, flew to New Orleans, landed at 4, was on set by 6, having no idea what scene we're doing.
Wow.
And I'm supposed to be the star of the movie.
Oh, jeez.
And it's my first movie. And now I'm doing a scene with Jennifer Esposito going, what scene is this? I didn't know who to ask. Nobody gave me nothing.
Yeah.
WWE had no idea what they were doing in that respect.
Yeah.
So after the first day, I was like, how does this work? Like, can somebody fill me in? And thankfully, Jamie Kennedy was like, okay, here's what you do. These are your sides. Study them. This is the next day what we're doing. And then I started reading the shit. I was like, oh, okay, all right. So I was truly, thrown completely in the deep end, and I had to figure it out. So by the time I got out here to Haven, at least I had an understanding of that. But it's grown so much more over these last 3 seasons that, now I don't feel like a fish out of water, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look very comfortable.
And speaking of, first of all, let's say for sure, if you're not casting Edge in a comedy, you're losing out big time.
Absolutely.
We all remember the skits and the sketches and all the characters that you and Jay or Christian did during your time in the WWF, WWE. But coming back to Haven, do you have a favorite? I have 3 questions. Do you have a favorite episode? Are you and Balfour going to throw down again like you did in that one fight? And can you divulge anything about the upcoming season? Because, congratulations, it got picked up again. So
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay, when it comes to favorite episode, I think probably the Who, What, Where, Wendigo, which is the official pronunciation on our show, because I said Wendigo, and they're like, no, it's Wendigo.
Wendigo.
Okay, got it. Because that's where the first time I kind of got to be this guy had a daughter, there's a little girl here, he's in a bear trap.
Right. I remember that.
It was, I got to be a sympathetic kind of baby face character.
Right.
And I realized that's the direction that I think maybe we were going to take this thing, which was good, because I'm used to being the evil, slimy, manipulative character.
The ultimate opportunist.
So it's nice to show that kind of different side to it. I think at some point you're going to have the Duke character and the Dwight character go again, because it's like this weird alpha, kind of bromance
Yeah.
thing that the two characters have. And what's cool about it too is we have a really good like kind of chemistry and energy off screen. So you know, we work out together and hang out and stuff. So when we get there, and he's a great actor, so I really just kind of try and pick apart what he does and see where he's going with it. And it keeps me on my toes because he's going to do something different every time.
That's right.
So, and that's great for me to go, okay, where's he going? Where's he going? Where's he going? Oh, cool. Okay.
Right.
So that's been a lot of fun. And with this third part of the question, there's a lot of cool stuff for my character this season. My responsibilities have definitely been ramped up, and I've been looking forward to that. It's been nice. It's been busy. It's been long days.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
So, you know, I wanted the 14-hour days, and you know, all that goes with that.
Absolutely.
Well, Adam, listen, we've gone 15 minutes over, and I appreciate you being patient with us.
Thank you.
I'm just going to ask you one last question, and then we will head on out and let you go do your stuff.
Right.
Do you see yourself ever again, in any way, coming back to wrestling and participating in the machine that is the WWE?
You know, I think that's probably the question I get asked the most, and I think it can kind of offend some people when I say I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I'm not entirely sure. I think for me, part of what really burned me out was the travel.
Yeah.
You know, that travel, you can't explain it to people until you actually do it and realize how zombie-like you become, and how, I mean, you get to a point where you're barely even in conversations because you're just so tired.
Yeah.
And you realize that your radar and your antenna is so, like, just crammed in the ground because you're just exhausted.
Yeah.
And you get home and you recharge the batteries for a day and a half and right back out. And add to the fact that I was really sore by that point in my career too, because, you know, my spinal cord was being pinched like a straw. So it kind of, I guess, burnt me out on that aspect of it. So, you know, the idea of traveling that much again, even though I feel really good now after the surgery, and I wouldn't be actually taking the abuse, I don't think I'd want to travel that much.
Yeah.
And also to travel that much and not do the really fun part.
Right.
You know, the part that I, you know, absolutely loved, and to be that close and not do it, I think that would be difficult. So I just kind of don't put myself in that position to be jonesing for something that I can't have.
Smart.
No, that's not to say eventually maybe, okay, I'll come in once a month and help guys put together their matches. You know, for whatever reason, my mind really works well in putting together matches. So I don't know, maybe. And then I'm sure there'll be sporadic appearances here and there and things like that. They just generally call me when I already have something booked. You know, they usually call me about once a month to do something, but it's like, well, guys, I'm in Halifax working until 9 o'clock that night. So, you know, I can't do it. But eventually it'll work out where I can do something and, you know, pop back and sporadically do some stuff here and there because, you know, I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, when you can't do it, it's like, okay, well now what? I got to move forward here instead of just spinning my wheels or staying, you know, stagnant. So it, you know, it was an amazing career. I loved it, you know, and it was the first and only thing I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But you gotta, when you get thrown in your lap that you can't do it anymore, you have to kind of reevaluate, reassess, and see where you go, and that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. So we have a definite maybe.
We have definite.
Very, very passive-aggressive maybe.
Okay. All right. So Adam, we wanted to end this amazing interview with a word association game, and I'm just going to say a name, and just whatever word comes to mind will be great.
Yeah.
So we start Christian or Jay.
All of our friends will understand why. Those that don't, it's nothing personal, so I'm prefacing it with this, but dick.
That's awesome. All right. John Cena.
Workhorse.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I like that. I like
Okay.
that. Vicky Guerrero.
Oh, God. Wicked.
Batista.
Underrated.
Ah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that you said that. Rhino.
Underutilized.
Lita. Oh.
Complicated.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Bret Hart. sorry about that. Bret Hart.
Friend.
Okay. Undertaker.
Icon.
The Hardys.
Trailblazers.
Yeah. Yep. The Dudley Boys.
Amazing opponents.
Okay.
This one's going to get wordy for the Trailblazers, but in a different way than the Hardys.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay. Zack Ryder.
Once again, everybody will get it. Weirdo.
And last but not least, Judy Copeland.
The Foundation.
That's awesome. That's
You
amazing.
know what? As we're doing this, I needed to get your opinion on two names, and then we can close out.
Sure.
Jim Ross.
Supporter.
Oh, great.
And Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Insane.
Well, there you have it. Insane is the great way to go out.
Great way to go.
Adam, thanks for joining us
Thank you
here.
so much.
We're here at Forestwood Studios. We had this long, great interview with Adam Copeland. Tune in. We're going to play this over the next 3-4 weeks. You guys, this was the Money in the Bank
show.
Adam, that was money.
Thanks, guys.
All right, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks.
What you want?
Welcome back to the Fiesta del Rio here on the Money in the Bank show.
John, for the entire segment, I will talk like this.
It is not of disrespect, it is out of respect.
Yes.
That we talk like this for Del Rio. What did you think of the Fiesta del Rio, Andre?
But first of all, I want to say
Yes.
that Andre is a very smart human being because clearly Dolph Ziggler wore the hat after beating Del Rio, so he's going face.
What?
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
now he's going face.
I said
You've
he's
been
going
saying
face.
the same thing every week.
But every week you do not
When it
acknowledge.
finally comes true, you don't get credit for that.
No, listen.
You're
I've been
crazy.
saying they have been building to it.
Yes, well, that was a fantastic match. Putting his face on the piñata
Oh.
was genius. I thought it was genius.
And now having the black scarf is back again, and he's coming out and he's talking the bad holes and the people.
He's keeping it real. He's coming back to his roots.
He needs to be the heel that he is.
Yes, the heel. It is fantastic. And Ziggler is doing amazing work.
Yes. Now,
Messing with his brain.
now what are they doing with Ziggler? Why they put him against 3MB for this whole segment? What is that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Who's
to give him
booking the
something.
matches,
It's to
Pedro?
give him something,
Give
Pedro.
him something good. And let me tell you this. Ziggler came out with no AJ, with no Big E for the first time.
Oh, please. Don't start that. He is not going face.
Yes, he is.
He is staying heel.
You see this?
He's
This
staying heel.
is a face.
I'm telling you.
He's
that's
going face.
We are it. Face off. And we'll be back right after these.
It's good to see you again, my little students. I'm the TA, and this is This Week in Professional Wrestling History. Teach us, Professor.
Greetings, I'm the Professor, and class is now in session. In 1961, Nature Boy Buddy Rogers beat Pat O'Connor to win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship for the first time. In 2003, in her WWE TV debut, Gail Kim won a Battle Royal for the WWE Women's title. And for the Professor's pick, in 1991, ring announcer Gary Michael Capetta made the first public announcement that WCW fired Ric Flair and stripped him of the WCW Heavyweight Championship. Now, a couple weeks later, Flair showed up on WWE television with the title belt, but because of legal reasons, they had to pixelate out the belt. Class is now dismissed.
Well, that was some fun information. Class dismissed.
Da-da-da. Da, 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 da. We are back with Fandango. He's back. He's back.
No, wait.
He's
It's
back.
Fandango.
Can I get a movie ticket?
What?
Fandango? He's back,
Go ahead.
folks. I love the match that he had with Sheamus, which is actually really good because he was pumping up his heel-isms.
Oh,
Every time
please.
Sheamus would try and punch him, he would duck and
Please.
do a little dance.
Please.
And then Sheamus
And then he
did
left
a little dance.
Didn't he leave? He left.
He left. He left. He got counted out on purpose.
Listen.
He's pushing his agenda. I like it.
I've never heard a deader crowd when a person has come back from injury like they were for Fandango. There was maybe 6 people doing this bull crap.
No,
And they didn't
no.
look that smart. So
Listen,
that tells you
it wasn't-
where his fans are.
It wasn't a dead crowd, John.
I'm telling you, it's a dead crowd. I've seen dead crowds. I know a dead crowd when I see one.
No, listen. Somebody was karaokeing last night. They
Whoa!
were tired.
It's got nothing to do with
That-
what we're talking
That's
about.
what happened.
Oh my gosh.
See, he was doing the Fandango. I have him on tape Fandangoing last night.
No.
I think, okay.
Let's move on.
I do think that it was a little bit subdued. At first, the pop was huge, but as the match went on, it built down and down and down.
Yeah.
But at first,
exactly.
it popped.
Exactly.
It built-
It's like a bad movie. It's
But
like that
they,
last
they
Die
have
Hard
him
movie.
against
Started
Sheamus.
out great.
Sheamus. And Ryback is now Cryback, which I like.
Gromic's genius.
I like this a lot.
Unfortunately, we gotta cry because we're done with the segment. Damn it! We'll be back.
I hate my life.
Greetings, I'm the Professor with your Move of the Week. Helping me this week is the TA from the Halls of Academia, and as always, from the island of Tonga, Matt Practice. Now this week's move is the back rake. I know it seems like a simple one, but there's quite a bit of technique actually involved in this. You have to take all 10 fingers and scrape down the person's back. Now it doesn't seem that painful, but this can cause bruising, draw blood, completely incapacitate your opponent. It should be in the bag of dirty tricks of any good heel. Glad I'm not that guy. Good job. Once again, that was the moves of the week. I was being helped by the TA and Matt Practice, and of course, I'm the Professor.
We have come to my favorite segment of the show, the Punk Axel Heyman threesome that's going on right
I'm a
now.
Paul Heyman guy.
You are a Paul Heyman guy, so you're the first person I want to ask. What do you think about what's going on here?
I think that Curtis Axel is winning me over.
What?
Yes. The way that he would not tag in Punk. His mic skills are terrible.
What- Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Was Frankenstein your favorite movie as a child? Because that's what I'm seeing when Axel's in the ring.
He can wrestle, but he can't talk. My
No, he
shoe
can't talk.
has more mic skills than him. My shoe!
my
I do have a
gosh.
size 15 shoe, but nonetheless. Okay, now, I do think that what Punk is doing
Yes.
is carrying this angle.
Lord
because
God,
he's
he's carrying the angle. He
genius.
really is.
I trust you, Paul, but I don't trust him.
No, that's great. And what that tag match they had with Primetime Playing
Millions of dollars.
was a fantastic tag match in the psychological stuff that was going on between them.
Yeah.
Because he kept yelling at him, tag me, and Heyman would not make him tag Punk. Come on.
I mean,
Punk is
I
going
think
face.
he's good.
Yeah, Punk is going face. But this is interesting.
That's what I've been saying!
All right, but it's interesting that they're dragging it out. Normally,
Yes.
in wrestling storylines, they turn face quickly.
Yes.
And they're doing the same with Ziggler. I agree, Ziggler's going to go face, but they're taking their time.
Can you say that
which
again?
is fantastic.
Can you say that again?
I'm agreeing that eventually, at some point, Ziggler's going face, just like the sun comes up at some point.
Well, guess what?
It's not a big prediction.
On John agreeing with us, we got dinged out. We'll be right back. This next segment is brought to you by USANA Health Sciences. I feel really good.
I love Usana.
So do I.
I use that. It's great.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. This is how we do it. USANA.com. You want to feel great, look great, not get sick anymore.
Yeah.
Go to USANA, baby. We'll be right back. We are back with one of our favorite segments, probably the favorite segment.
segment.
Glass Ceiling Wrestler of the Week. John,
Yes.
my glass ceiling
Proceed.
Wrestler of the Week is
Yes.
Justin Gabriel
What?
with a 450,000 million millimeter splash.
What are you talking about?
Okay, he's actually got one of the best finishers in the entire entire organization.
What are you
And
talking
he
about?
is stuck on Superstars. Justin Gabriel. He's another victim.
Nobody cares about Justin Gabriel.
Exactly, and he's so good.
Oh my God.
Is it because he was on the Nexus? Everyone on the Nexus has fallen apart.
What?
Except for Wade Barrett and Cryback.
Yeah, I mean, hello.
But anyway.
They're champions.
Anyway,
Yes.
bring him back. Just flippy do. Your turn.
All right. My wrestler of the week is my man, my main man. You're welcome, Damien Sandow. I cannot tell you this love affair that is building inside of me for this amazing mid-carder who is now going to the tippy top to get the championship, like Stone Cold did. I'm talking about Damien Sandow. When he came out and he told the South Carolina crowd, and he tried to school them and tell, y'all is not a word. It's you all. He's trying to help people. He's trying to help people. And his match with Sheamus at the Dublin Street Fight, that's one of the best matches I've ever seen with those kinds of objects. I mean, frick.
Ding, ding, ding.
The bag of Irish potatoes.
You Irish potato.
The chair, the stool,
French
it's
fries.
everything. All right, fine. We got dinged out. Sandow.
You're welcome. We'll be right back.
All right. Welcome back to the Money in the Bank show. It is time for Direct to You and the Roca Rant. I will start, if that's okay with you.
Start it off, buddy.
I am ranting in a positive way to the creative team in the WWE. I want to give you mad props for what you're doing with Ziggler and with Punk. The slow drip to face is fantastic. As a guy who's watched wrestling for over 30 years, I'm telling you, this is a rarity. Usually the face turns and the heel turns are quick. We saw that with Del Rio turning heel within a match at that pay-per-view, which was fantastic. But you see the slow progression. And what you guys are doing with that is amazing. You're keeping us on our toes. You keep us on the edge of our seats because we don't know what's going to happen, when he's going to fully turn face. And then what you're doing with the Daniel Bryan stuff with Kane, amazing. Daniel Bryan rolling Kane into an RKO. Daniel Bryan counting quickly, thinking he's doing the right thing. We don't know if he's going face or heel. We don't know what Daniel Bryan's doing. So it's fantastic. You guys are doing the slow draw, which for me, as an old school lover of wrestling, I've never seen something like that. So I enjoy what the hell you guys are doing. Keep doing it. Drake, take it away.
All right. My direct to you is directed to the main event Mafia.
Oh, TNA!
TNA
Shut
has
up.
cracked the Money in the Bank show.
What?
At the very last segment. Okay, now, for the most part, the TNA show was superduperboring.net.
I can't deny that's true.
Not a real site. Don't go look it up.
Right, please
But
don't.
what they are doing that I like is that they're bringing back the main event Mafia because we got to get rid of this Aces and 8
Eights.
thing. Aces and 8 is Aces of done. So, Sting,
Crap them out.
Angle, Samoa Joe just joined.
Yeah.
Looking at Bobby Roode as potentially one of the next members. This is great. Keep this going.
Yeah.
Let's kill the Aces and 8s. Let's get Brooke Hogan out, brother. And what you're gonna do when TNA finally gets good. I don't know when it's gonna be. My wife walked in and said, is this like the low rent wrestling? Because the ring's smaller.
Oh my God.
On that note,
Wow.
direct to you, directed to.
We love you, though.
The main event Mafia. I think you guys are gonna get better. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah.
That
Is
our
show.
Woo! We'll be back next week. Tune in. We have some special new fun stuff happening in the news. And some more guests coming up that we won't tell you about until
yet.
later.
Right.
John?
Yes, sir. Let's go. Thanks for watching, everybody.
I will get out of this chair this time. Thanks. Haven't been able to do it yet.
Well, man, you gotta go around the side.
Around the side. Around the outside. Around the outside.
Let's go watch War Games.
Oh, yeah.